happiness. Make some noise for happiness. All right, so special shout out to our venue, the venue of venues. Please give it up for the Alamo Draft House Barrel of Fun, y'all. Clap all you want to for the bar staff, but nothing says, damn, you're doing a good job, like cash and, you know, credit or debit cards with your PIN number written on the back. You know, hashtag down the comments. I'm your host, Joe B. It's a pleasure that roughly translated me, so I'm happy to see you all. Give it up to yourselves one more time. All right. All right, how many of you are here at the Slam for the first time? All right, number one, first of all, ma'am, you in the front, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. Give it up for our fearless leader, Tobin Charles. A short version of the Poetry Slam. Each of the poets you see competing here tonight will have 30 minutes and 10 seconds to do a poem of their original construction. Now, 5 judges picked in the crowd at random. In other words, you have a scorecard in front of you. More than likely, you now have the power to be a judge. Raise your hand if you have a scorecard next to you and have the power to be a judge. Okay, we got a judge over there. We got a judge over here. 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 And we got a judge over there, right over there. We got a judge over there. We got a judge over there. We got a card over there. We got a card over there. We got a judge over there. We got a card over there. We got a judge. 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 Going. And we got a judge over there. All right. All right. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get this show started. Are we ready to get this show started, y'all? All right. So I have to be honest with you, you're lying. You are not ready because we have not shed blood on the stage. In other words, we need a sacrifice. We need a poet who is not part of the competition, but they are willing to come up here and show you how it's done, to let you know how it's going to go for the rest of these slams. Let me see here. Do we have a sacrifice this evening? Okay. All right. It's all.
What do you mean?
It's Rich. Right. Maddie. All right, everybody can sacrifice, y'all. Come on, baby.
Intrusive thoughts, feelings of worthlessness, hopelessness, loss of interest. BBC enjoyed doing. We've tried Lexapro and Prozac and talking, and nothing has worked. I'd like to prescribe you life at 25 milligrams. You can expect to see yourself rolling down a hill in stifling laughter, wondering why you didn't do this sooner. Making a Pinterest board of vacations that are too expensive for this lifetime. Binge watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with a bowl of strawberry shortcake. The sneaking suspicion that there is still work to do pushed to the back of your mind. And you will laugh alone and be spooked by your own voice. You will cry in the presence of others. You will cry in the presence of yourself. We call this happiness. Not to be confused with off-brand, just be happy or over-the-counter. Well, have you tried yoga? Have you tried praying? Have you tried drinks and drugs like at 25 milligrams? It is our most effective but most expensive medication, a probable gateway drug. It may take a year or more to feel its effects, but I've been told by other clients, it is the best feeling you can imagine. Side effects may include crying. So much crying. Feelings of inadequacy, what ifs, and rejections, but I've determined that the pros of this medication outweigh any side effects you may encounter, which is why I prescribe you life. It's a hard pill to swallow. Tastes bitter. You'll wake up and wish you didn't have to do this, but when it finally kicks in and you experience that burst of happiness, go ahead, schedule an appointment.
So, as your host, it is my responsibility to remain impartial to any of the performers that come on stage so it doesn't influence the judges at all. But that being said, since Maddie P is a sacrifice and not officially a part of the competition, to me it was that dope shit you've heard so far tonight. That you have heard today, I feel like even though she's a sacrifice, she wins just because. I'm sorry, hold on. Maddie, pronouns? Thank you. All right, I feel like she wins just because she mentioned Brooklyn Nine-Nine in a poem. Why has that not happened yet? 99. All right, so judges, are we ready? All right, judges, so it's your job to go ahead and write what you thought of that poem on a scale of 0 to 10. 0, 10 being, oh my God, it's like Deadpool versus Wolverine, but a poem. 0 being, 0 being Blade 3. All right, judges, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you can also use decimal points, like Olympic style. All right, so from low to high, hold on, come up, one more time. All right, so from low to high, we have an 8.3. We have a 9. We have a 9.9. Then we got a 10. That's a 28.9 for our sacrifice. All right, so do me a favor. If you have more than one palm, and if you have more than one hand, do me a favor, raise both of them for me. All right. If you don't have a beverage in front of you, if you're not anywhere near a beverage, place them near the table. And do me a favor, let's get a table roll going. Are we ready for the first part of this? We love you, Tim.
Born in California, considered as other, Jamaican father and an Asian mother. She had to navigate the racial situation, had to overcome that old discrimination. She finished college and became a lawyer, a bright light to everyone who saw her. She made a difference, yeah, she tried to help others, considered everyone her sisters and her brothers. Oh, it's gonna be legendary. She's calm and sure, and if she needs to be, strong and contrary. She's fighting hard for that elevation, so she can elevate the whole damn nation. She's taken over for the old man. He couldn't do anymore all the things that she can. He's tired and uncertain, and he was so old. We needed someone who could be unbowed and bold. We are ready for a new day, a new color, new gender, and a new way. So she stepped into the bright lights to chase away the dark night of a far right. It's gonna be legendary. Devils and dividers, they had best be wary. Bad apples will learn they got it all wrong. They'll soon see we can be pretty goddamn strong. Her opponent is a lecher and a liar, and he's all right. But she's prosecuted felon, so she said she knows his type. He's a bully acting badly with his lackeys and his suck-ups. They're all needy and they're greedy and they're also fucked. She's not afraid, not afflicted by their mean words. Well, she's got plenty of her own cutchy clean words. The strong woman is a leader we can fight for. Yeah, she'll beat him and defeat him, then she'll kick him out the back door. It'll be legendary. She's gonna do what is necessary. She got the will, got the wiles, oh, that woman's got it going on. We're gonna strive, gonna struggle and do what needs to be done. The fire's burning through our bodies like a freight train. Bad boys drowning in the truth of a hard rain. What we're doing, oh, it's more than scary. It's about to be what? legendary. Liars and deniers, they had best be wary, cause we're loud and we're proud, and we are oh so very ready to chase those clouds away.
One more time for Tim, make some noise, y'all. All right, and just so you know, like I said, this is the new shit / Topping Slam. Give it up for happiness, y'all. All right. So that being said, in the second round, the poets we're going with, all 9 poets are going to the second round. But the thing is, in the second round, if you do a poem about happiness, and the poem, and you get a point. If you do a poem about new shit, in which you'll know because the poet will yell very loud. So that means the poem is new. All right, so you'll know it's new shit because you'll hear the poet yell. How much more this song that was all it matters. It matters. All right, so that being said, if a poet does a new poem and it's about happiness, then you get 2 points added on to your score no matter what happens. That may increase your chances to advance to the top 3. So that being said, let's go ahead and get on with the next poet. Please put your hands together. No. Oh, sorry about that. Come on, everybody say bad host.
Oh, never.
Oh, thank you. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, scores. All right, from low to high, we have a 7. We have a 7.5. We have an 8.0. And we have an 8.3. And we have an 8.7. Give it to the poet, please. 23.8. 23.8 there. All right, I'm ready for the next poet, y'all. Poet, y'all, put your hands together for Lorelai.
Cheesy new shit.
Cheesy new shit.
Happiness happens every Wednesday evening when I am in a room filled with people that have a soul that looks like mine. It happens when I hear my Kayla's "My God," or when Michael packs with the mask, raises his 2 arms, and I know he's about to deliver a fire line. It happens because we leave the sadness on the stage. Happiness happens when Rachel Z gets a new pair of shoes. It's Wednesday at the first bite. It happens when Christopher Michael talks about that sexy beard. It always brings everything on the whiskey. Steve always knows what I'm gonna order when I walk up to the bar. I can't help but love that. Happiness happens every time I see Mr. Dave's smile spread across his face. Hear Sunny's radio voice telling me hello, or Tim sing a low melody, and even when I buy a new piece of jewelry for my peep. It happens when Chris Forming compliments my poetry, or when Jasmine Gaines walks over to just say, hey, I smile. When legends like Essie Says, Glory B, or Teresa walk in the room, happiness happens every time I see Toddy's handwriting on my screen, or Ryan's Gucci belt around his waist. Sometimes I got Casey Breedlove's book in the mail, and happiness fills a room when Delandela unites, because I gained a best friend from an audience member in this very room. It happens every time we write together, because sometimes all you have to do is put pen to paper, let everything that isn't joy flow out of you so that you can find where that joy is hiding. Happiness happens every time I finish a new piece. It is found in the moments. And when you live in the moment, I promise you, happiness can happen.
Put your hands together for Lorelai. All right. All right, again, we're asking you to try the bar as well. Give it out for our bartenders this evening, y'all. Y'all clapping all loud and shit, but I'm seeing some empty ass tip jars. You know what I'm saying? But I need to hear from the bartenders. It's like, guys, stop with all the money. We can't right now. We don't have any buckets left. That's what these bartenders deserve. Give it up for your staff one more time, y'all. Judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1. From low to high. First of all, fuck allergies. From low to high, we have a 6.8, 0.1, 8.0, and 8.5, 8.9 for the boys. That's 23.6 for Florida. Give it up for the next performer. Make some noise for Mike Taylor. Okay. Oh my God.
Me, my aunt states how she's mad at me. We both know it's because I smell like I've been smoking. For clarity, this means I smell like weed. Because I do. But move on like nothing happened. It's funny to me, though, that she proceeds to then tell the his story almost immediately after our encounter about going to the smoke shop while she's holding a drink from Lituation. I guess me being happily high and her being a part of the Liddy committee isn't one and the same to her. Sometimes family is a contradiction. Almost always they are. It is. Hate is not. No strong feeling, supposedly. Hate. It's a burning itch in the back of my throat. Hate wants to jump out and say, oh, that's considerate. But I don't. I simply say hello to everyone else in the room, and then I go back outside and smoke my bowl. All of the hurt, anguish, pain, and feeling of down under. I try to remain calm, not to cry, but I can't fathom happiness. I realize I've never been able to. It's always been a figment of my imagination, a breathing wind of what could have been, and often I get lost here. Or maybe I find home here, a place where happiness resides as a spectacle where I am both the main attraction and the biggest joke. Like, knock, knock, who's there? It doesn't matter. Her depression won't let her come out today. Like, knock, knock, who's there? It still doesn't matter. The flames have engulfed her. She returns to the living room, suicidal thoughts appear, family still laughing at Amy's story, although this time no eyes are on her. She likes it this way. This must be the happiness she's been waiting for. Surprising how it is just as fleeting as she expected. But regal, nonetheless.
Hey, somebody say, hey.
Hey.
Give it one more time for Mike Taylor. Okay. Shout out to everybody who met with their cousins in the car on Thanksgiving. All right, Judges, you know what to do. It's 3, 2, 1, scores up. What y'all doing there? Nothing, Nothing. From low to high, we got an 8.9. We got a 9.0. We got a 9.1. We got a 9.3. And we got a 10 for Mike Taylor. 27-4 from Mike Taylor. And give it up for the next forward in this year round. Make some noise for Destiny Beckio.
New shit.
Yeah.
I'm here to say shit up.
Yeah.
You can't be my homeboy and treat your lady like shit now. I'm not the friend to come around you if you gonna laugh and play and pretend in these bitches' faces. Matter of fact, I just might hurt your feelings. Not only because you lost a friendship, but because you just lost your relationship too, nigga.
Well.
Cause if she a bad bitch, nigga, I'll take her and show you exactly how you supposed to treat her. Fantazizing the fuck out of her, making sure she is happy and cool in all ways and aspects. Spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically. Nigga, and make sure she eat good food every day, rub her feet in, and her back on her long days, and making sure she get facials, manis, and pedicures for her self-care days. Making sure she receives flowers not only on her bad days, but nigga, just because random days. Nigga, I'm kissing her lips, no. And I ain't just talking about the ones on her face, I'm talking about the ones that's smiling. Nigga, I mean, I'm in love with everywhere. And always remember, you stuck with what you got, nigga. I got the upper lip. I try to stop her. She gonna let it in, but it's not put it in. Don't come around without it playing, I'll take your whole nigga. What the fuck did you think?
I heard one person say, when they do that, one person said, I like to sign up. Give it up for Destiny Crawford. Next one to the party. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, score. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.3, 7.5, 7.9, 9.5, 9.84. Destiny. 24.9 for the party. And make some noise for the next ball in this year round. Give it up for Michael Hatcher. New shit.
Yeah, that's new. Oh, come on now.
Love letter to a pen.
Man.
I can't describe how I feel when we touch. It's like magic. It's like trading a body for a hot air balloon. The healing is in the helium. These days, that's the only way I fly. God bless those ballpoint wings. The two of us are tied together at the tongue. It's the hand-to-mouth transaction. It's how I live. It's how the ink circulates through my veins so I can write my heart's desire. This is the art that makes me happy. This is how I put the sideways C on my face. This is how I pay the price to get free. Get free, poet. Give me a piece of paper and watch me apply enough pressure to turn a notebook into a birth canal. Real poets make babies on the daily. Some of them leave the house and some of them get big enough to hit the stage. Either way, I'm a proud dad clapping from the stands I built with my bare hands. My pen and I have multiplied Icarus 1,000 times. 1,000 times. I hope they all fly into the sun. I hope I have enough hammers and nails left over to build 1,000 chapbooks. My pen talks nonstop. My pen has ambition. It wants to be a quill one day, so it can always meet me in the sky. Writing the hard parts down, make the baggage as light as a feather. I can't describe it. I can't describe how I feel when we touch. It's like adding kerosene to a wildfire. It's like charging a cell phone in a lightning storm. My pen strikes me as a necromancer. I said it was something like magic, but always the black kind, always dark enough to bring the moon out of nowhere. There's a good chance my pen and I will be sitting there with the "here she comes" face. But I'm cool. I'm cool with that too. It's about being happy in the end, right? That's why we do this. We're just as in love with the existence as poetry, and there needs to be a way to be born again. That's another reason I hold my pen so tight, because in a jam, it's the easiest way to make another me. It's the easiest way to make another me. I can't be home all the time with my children wear my name. Those are Michael Hatcher's words. They look just like him, and they have all of his mannerisms and none of his insecurities. Sometimes someone put some clothes on those babies. They're out here running around without guidance, without something to tether them to this legacy. My pen and I are pretty good parents. These are poems there are poems in my hard drive that think I just went out for cigarettes. I don't even smoke that way. I'm just a proud papa that gives all of the credit to his partner. That's how we show love. That's how you make a family.
The name is Michael Hatcher. Make the noise for that poet, y'all. All right. So how many of you, I don't know who else paid this again. How many of y'all is on the social medias? On the social medias.
I'm on one of them.
How many is on the Instagrams? How many is booking in the face?
No.
All right, I ain't gonna be before you. As soon as you heard that, you know it's gonna be at least 3 or 4 more hours. That's how you know. All right, so that being said, if you are on social media and you're not following this already, look up Austin Poetry Slam on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. Follow us to know what's happening every time so you can always be caught up. And get your tickets online so you can get a discount off. You can get them cheaper than you would at the door. Not that we don't mind your money either way, but hey, we wouldn't mind if you hung out with us online. Shout out to Rachel Z, our genius behind social media right now. Shout out to everybody at home watching us on Instagram. Just know everybody watching us live today. I want everybody to say y'all missing it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. See you next week. All right, are we ready? Judges 3, 2, 1. Scores up. Austin. From low to high, we got an 8.1. We have a 9 points. Did you do a fraction? Okay, I thought it was a percent. Okay. Okay, so we got a 9.1. We got 9.5 to 9.5 to 9.5 for Michael Hatcher. 28-1 for Michael Hatcher. And bring it up, put your hands together for the next part of this round. Let's bring up SC.
SC stands for I heard SC stands for
New shit.
If multiverse theory is real, your best friend here, somewhere, thinks you're the worst thing since sore throats. And you post mean things about them on MySpace, because MySpace is still a thing, because there Tom didn't force his friendship on everyone. And neither of you can imagine a world where the two of you would ever share anything but insults. If there is a multiverse, then in some universes, you wear dreads and sing country music about being a dentist. And people love that shit. If the multiverse is real and anything that can happen does happen, then it's possible that somewhere your ex still sucks. Never bettered themselves, only aged their blame, only paid you in empty calories and therapy discussion themes, but in that reality, they did miss you. Even if they never said it. Even if they never understood it. In some universe out there, you're a Republican. And you're real loud about it too. In some universes, you want to talk about being an independent and your friends wish you fucking relax. There's a universe where you don't care about politics because your skin matches the normal color palette, so the policy changes probably won't affect your day-to-day too much. Maybe that's this one. If the multiverse exists, then there's an instance someone steps over your unclean body in the street. Doesn't see human being, only annoying debris, wishes you just pull yourself up by your beginnings. There's a universe where you don't live past 13 or 10 or 1. There are an infinite amount of universes where you don't exist at all and they have no idea what they're missing. There's a universe where you speak only in self-loathing and never worthy. Contemplate turning your body into a seed until therapy teaches you how to garden for longevity. Somewhere there's a universe where your mom told you she was sorry. That she wasn't ready to be there for you the way that you needed her to. Somewhere this universe where you forgive your father. And he's there. And people think how nice it must be to have the kind of relationship y'all have. In most universes, you're a man and no one's quite figured out why that is just yet, but you consistently die a lot earlier. Somewhere on some timeline, you are the worst version of yourself. And even there, people love you. So maybe stop worrying about that here. I know that there is a universe somewhere where you do get what you wanted, and you stay together. Never break up, but you do break. Only this time there are kids in the blast radius. So you bottle your damage for them, thinking maybe they won't see the wick burning between the words you two speak, wondering how happy you must be if you just trusted your instincts. There's a universe out there where you beat Drake in a diss battle. There is a universe out there where every one of us beats Drake in a diss battle. And I love that. If the multiverse is real, then it's possible that on some timeline, you say your abuser's name. Release the crumpled origami print in your throat and unfold into something resembling healing. There's a universe where you have comparatively nothing, and you are so happy. Not because you don't need, but because happy is a lens, and you wear the trendiest fashion called perspective, so you see not with self-indulgent spectacles, but with the telescope that can transcend timestamps and galaxies. The beauty of the multiverse theory is that your best friend here thinks you're the worst thing since sore throats there, and you can't stand the way that you've gone. But you've seen the multiverse. Seeing this reality, know that empathy, like love, transcends our limited dimensions. So you get on MySpace, pen a message that says, "I'm sorry. I know we can do this better. Can we try this story again? Different."
First of all, give it up for the poet, please. The ladies and secondly, some of you may have noticed that at the third point in Essie Pheasant's poem, a few hands rose up in the air. That's pretty much our system right as far as poets in Texas, period, as far as any of the poets that we hang with, we all have a system to where we compete like cousins. We fight, we hug, and then we just sit the next day. In other words, we compete against each other, but we all want everybody to win. So when the hand goes up, that means that you are at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. When the hand goes, what is this? 250. When the hand goes up, your poem is at 2 minutes and 50 seconds. When the hand closes, you're at what? So when the hand goes like this, you just went over time. The reason, which means that if you go over 3 minutes and 10 seconds, you got the time penalty, at which point Tova will throw the line of judgment. Yeah. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, scores up. All right. From Little High, we have an 8.8. She's really going to get this line. We have 9.8. There's a line in my back judging me, and I can't make that sound any less awkward. All right. We have 9.7. Another 9.7. Another 9.7. And that's it. Would have been 29-1, 28-6. It would have been a 29-1. It would have been a 29-1. But after a time penalty, it is now 28-6. 28-6. Give it up for the poet. Next noise for the next poet in this year round. Put your hands together for Chris. Perfect.
New shit. I'm in love with a girl who sleeps in a bed full of plushies. Her eyes smile and tell me that we're all just stuffed animals. That we may seem beastly on the outside, but inside we are just cotton. I tell her hard tales of me. Draw her a portrait of this man she says she loves. It's a dragon with a belly like a furnace. She hugs me until I feel like we're all just stuffed animals, until I stop breathing flame and cough up cotton. I'm in love with a girl who sleeps in a bed full of plushies. Her eyes are dreamy, but when they close, she only knows nightmares. I keep her up at night to protect her from her own mind. I hold her while I wrestle with who to hold accountable for hurting her. I feel the Fahrenheit in my blood. I try to swallow it down when she looks over at me and smiles. She looks over at me and smiles. I can't even swallow it down. I can't swallow anything. I get cotton mouth. Her eyes smile and tell me that we're all just stuffed animals, and I am starting to believe I'm in love with a girl who gives me a reason to believe, and that's a lot for a dragon who doesn't understand why the world put all this fire in his belly if he wasn't supposed to burn it all down. She tells me she's not afraid, that she loves my belly, that it's warm. She tells me she knows I'm not just full of cotton, but she loves me like I am, hoping that she can help me hold all this Fahrenheit and burn my wounds healed. I tell her I don't want to be healed. I tell her, you told me the reason for your nightmares is all the others came like knights in shining armor. I'm a dragon. I think whoever wrote this meant for me to carry all this destruction in me to keep you safe from fake saviors and to keep you safe from having to save yourself. She says, I don't want you to save me. I want you to lay with me. I'm a girl who sleeps in a bed full of plushies, and you say you might go out and burn everything down, but to me, your belly is a heated blanket full of cotton. I'm scared, but not of you. I'm scared, and that's okay. And I believe her. I start to believe.
All right. Make some noise for Chris. All right. Let me see here. Are we having a good time, y'all? Let's have a good time, y'all. You know what to do. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, from low to high, we have a 9.0. We have 9.4. We have, hold on. We start. We have a 9.0. We have a 9.2. We have a 9.4. We have a 9.6. And we have a 9.7. 22 for Chris Morgan, y'all. Applaud, keep that energy going. Put your hands up.
Hey. Chaque chose en bonne raison d'être, like a puppet leading an arduous play. Comme le mépris de los pantomime's tappers lead you down the red road. Yahed Vahed Raphael, I call on you. Show me where the sun rises, curling wave of the morning horizons. Teach me to be reborn, how to shine brightly in the eyes of an infant. Crashing like a storm on the Pacific, no specifically between the lines. Adonai Haaretz, Michael, sword of fire. Burning like the wings of Icarus on the path that Ipsisness. Southern sun you are, burning the red sands of the equator. Fighting like the Greek gleams of Zelator, hope trickling down, molten like lava freshly erupted. Interrupted like the shattering light, the fragments of shadows scattered, tarnishing the middle pillar. Please help me, sweet Gabriel, Ahaya, angel of the west, light of the setting sun. Remind us of the center star cycle. Like Hermes, you fly with your winged shoes, messenger of the seven spirits. Agala Ariel, ruler of the north, standing pillar of electrified nodes. The center of our rotation, your sweet chorus ringing, like the line of Sephira, like the snake you are, providing structure with your hymns. Chaque chose in bon retrait, like a puppet leading an arduous play. Comme le maîtrise de rose, le quatre pentagrammes brillés, l'antiller brillé à travers le cistléon. Red road, red pantomime, twist of the bitter performance, the veil no longer, ascension found, you will rise.
All right, the name is Cardi. Make some noise for the poet, y'all. All right. Let me see here. All right. Something about just whoever started, it's been almost a decade, but whoever the hell started this new wave of like chill wave and lo-fi and slow hop or whatever the hell you call it, whatever, it's liquid chamomile. You know what I'm saying? It could be a club fight and you can play some lo-fi and look like, oh man, why am I even upset right now? I'm gonna get some tea. I'm in a bar, but I'm just saying. All right, judges 0 to 10. You go rule 3, 2, 1, 4.
Influence.
All right, we have a 7.1. We have a 7.8. We have an 8.0. We have an 8.3. Okay, we have 8.2 and 8.3. 24 even for the part. All right, and make some noise for the last part of this round. Put your hands together for Red Day.
This is not a grandfathered building. They need to be ADA compliant. We have to
Good night. Survival. Happiness because of survival. One night while at the club, I just wanted to have fun, but I had no money on me. So I'm so sorry. Then I decided to walk to the bank. Why did I do that? 3 guys approached me. They asked me for my money. They then told me that they were going to kill me. They gun put me 3 times in the back of my head. I thought that I was going to die. It got pretty scary. I asked the guys to spare my life, but they just wouldn't. I then tried to fight. Then I ran, but I just couldn't. They then shot at me, but luckily the first bullet missed. The second bullet penetrated my back, but I said, I'm here to stay, and I will never quit. The pain was so excruciating, no debating, but I didn't look back. So I kept trying to run. Then I figured it was the end of my life, and I will now see my maker and my king. But with great faith, I will always win. Then they shot the 3rd bullet. It then hit me in the back of my head. I lost half my skull and my brains, but I didn't die. God love us for real. That's why I continuously praise his name eternally. With God in your life, you always gain, as you can see. The traumas in my life only cause a stain, but I'll never give up. I'm satisfied with myself, and I continuously praise his name. God is my only help. I'm grateful that ordeal was so hateful. Good overcomes evil and bad. I'm so glad God spared my life because he is so nice. I was traumatized. My Savior is Jesus Christ. Thank the Lord Almighty. He assisted me. He heals miraculously. I received another traumatic brain injury, but God saved me. I'm now expressing my feelings in this poetry. Now, that is one of my most powerful stories. I enjoy the trait of freedom, freedom to survive. I am a survivor. I'm a champion. God is the glory. All hail King Jesus. Now I'm happy to be alive. Happiness of my strive to survive. Survival. New ship.
Make some noise for Reggie, y'all. All right. Well, I'm giving the judges a chance to deliberate the scores. I'm going to go ahead and make a special announcement on August 24th in Killeen, Texas. They are having the pre-show at 5:30 p.m. for the Rhythm and Vibes off the Killeen Poetry Slam held at the Killeen Civic and Conference Center. 15 in advance, 20 at the door. What's the website on this? Huh? Gotcha. So you look up Rhythm and Vibe Poetry Slam on Eventbrite, and you'll be able to get a $50 advance ticket. Just as it turns out, I'm actually one of the poets competing in the competition. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm Right. Speaking of fuck my ex, everybody give it up happiness. Hey! Speaking of scores, judges 3-2-1 scores. All right. Okay, from low to high, we got a 6.8. 0.8. We got an 8.0. And we got a 10 and a 10. 24-8. 24-8. Give it up for the board one more time. All right, so now we have finished with the first round. Make some noise for yourself for making it through the first round. All right, so now I believe this is the point where we take a small, and I mean small, pause for the cause, like 3 minutes. Like I'm gonna sit here and count, and we'll be mad if y'all ain't here because I'm up under this lamp. Y'all see my whole face fine. Don't have me up here waiting for y'all. I'm not gonna wait up under this lamp. It's hot. It is. All right, but yeah, in the meantime, give it up for each and every voice you have heard on this stage. Shout out to our bartenders. Keep supporting the bar, y'all. And in the meantime, we'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes. We'll let the DJ play us out, and we will be back very shortly. Oh, yeah. right, give up our bartender on vacation. All right, and make some noise for the first poet in this round. Make some noise for Lord.
New shit.
New shit.
I want to touch every inch of you. I don't want to be your friend. I want your hands against my chest. I feel my heart race each time we embrace. You make me feel 17 again. Do you know what I mean? A soft, urgent, aching, a longing I can't describe. I want to crawl inside your mind. I want to roll the sheets off your bed with our bodies. I want to fold your dirty clothes. Taste your sin, God, you drive me insane. Cupid knew just where to hit me, and you know just how to hit my G-spot. I can't get you out of my brain. I was longing when we met, but you turned me red and made me wet. I don't want to be your friend.
Yay!
Come inside. Won't you dance with me? I'm finally sober. I can see clear. I see the twinkle in your eye. Don't take your eyes off me. I am weak. I don't want to be your friend. Let me in. Let me in, because behind closed doors, I'm all yours. Red fingers mark their place, outlines of my mistakes. One more time, please. Slap echo through the room while I whisper thank you, begging you not to stop. Our lips lock, our tongues explore. I am becoming yours. Secrets are created.
Amen.
Our bodies tangle in a heated mess. We are temptation at its best. We define lust, commit sins, but that is only where it begins. My body quakes, your breath is hot. I'm begging you, please don't stop moaning. And once are filling the air, you know I love it when you touch me there. Happiness happens when I finish first.
I'll put it up that pocket. Starting a lot of stuff back there. Give it up for the poet, y'all. All right, judges, you know what to do, and I believe that counts as a happiness for hashtag endorphins. Judges, 3, 2, 1, scores. All right, from low to high, we have a 6.8. We have an 8.0. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.7. We got a 9.3. 26-9 for Lorelai. And give it up for the next poet in this round. Put your hands together for Tim.
This is for my wife. My girl is red hot. You boys don't know what I got. My girl is red hot. So glad she's the one that I got with. She ain't got a nickel, but man, she's got a lot. She makes me a better man than I thought I could be. I try to live up to her faith in me, but if I do wrong, oh, she cuts me no slack. But if I get down, I know she's got my back. And if somebody does me dirty, look out now. You know I gotta hold her back. She can work all day, she can play all night. She's long and she's strong and she hugs me tight. She's not some skinny little model type girl. She got some meat on her bones. She's a strong-willed woman. I'm a lucky man. I'm gonna hold on to her the best She's a warrior, she's a mother, she's a soft string girl. Not another one like her in the whole wide world. She likes playing sports, she plays hard and well. She likes riding her bike, going fast as hell. She don't do Facebook or watch TV. She'd rather listen to music and read poetry. She don't mind messes, she don't mind me. She don't mind camping when it's 30 degrees. If I try to get bossy, oh, she gives me that look. She reads me so easy like a wide open book. No, she don't have a nickel, she don't have a dime. She don't have issues because she don't have the time. She don't have a single solitary mean bone. But I know when she's pissed, I better leave her alone. I better leave her alone. My life was a desert. And she brought the rain. If I took it for granted, I have to be insane. The best damn day of my whole damn life was when she smiled at me and said she'd be my wife. No, she don't have money. That don't matter to me.
Yeah.
She's rich beyond measure with the things that matter to me.
All right, give it up one more time for the poet, y'all. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, 4. From Lower High, we have a 7.5. We have an 8.2. We have an 8.5. We have an 8.5. 9.4 for the poet. 26-2 for the boy. Give it up for the boy one more time. Put your hands together for
Yeah, turn that microphone up there. 18 and a half feet tall.
Adjusting may be hard, ain't no line. But in life, so adjustments need to be made, mentally, physically, and emotionally paid. A great selection in the process of getting your business into staying distinctive. The uniqueness of it is a big progress. A blessed way of the strength of becoming a subject, the subject of the majority. Never consider yourself to be a minority. Must adjust your ways, must adjust your mentality, must focus on becoming safe. Never stray away from succeeding in life. You'll be leading. No mountains or hills that could come in your way of achieving goals. Happiness in your soul, because adjusting is your responsibility. Happiness, you should.
one more time for Ricky, y'all. I'm not adjusting it because he's tall. I'm adjusting it because I'm concentrated. I'm concentrated. Physically focused. Physically focused. All right. Judges 3, 2, 1. Scores up. All right. From low to high, we have a 7. We have a 7.8. We have an 8.0. We have an 8.0. 7.7 for the point. That's 24-8 for Reggie. And keep that at the 14 Ooh, I'm pretty sure he was in the room about a minute ago. Cardi, wait, love. Cardi is gone. See what I did there? So
It wasn't great.
it wasn't great. It wasn't. You know, it bottomed right out. It bottomed right out.
Well,
What is going on here? Okay. So while waiting for the next point, we'd like to remind you to try some of our specials. Tonight is $50 off all margaritas. That's a lot expensive. Okay, so I will be glad to tell you about the Texas two-step Canada story now using the information on my telephonic device. I bet it is on the Instagram. And I'm stopping it all. Who will help me?
My last stop is in my ear. I just submitted my pizza. Give me my fucking degree. Anyway, so Story Slam is next month. Have you ever seen the mob? No. Okay, great. Glad we're all in this space together. Story Slam is very similar to Poetry Slam, but instead of 3 minutes and 10 seconds, a poet or a writer, let's say writer, because we're writers, bro. It has 5 minutes to tell a story. The theme is, what did we say the theme was? We did not say a theme because that's probably dangerous. We probably should have said a theme. We were probably drinking when we did this. It's okay. So there's no theme, but poets have 5 minutes. But unfortunately, we're only going to take 8 poets that night instead of our regular 12. So registration is up. Registration will be up tonight. If you would like to register for that slam, it'll be in September. Also, I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm working. So it will be 3 rounds, 5-minute poems, 8, 4, 3. I know, right? It's gonna be an amazing night. Hopefully, don't be boring. I don't know. We're just figuring that part out. We're making this shit up as we go along. I do know for sure that in November we are going to have the Texas Two-Step Slam, which is going to be our first group piece finals. Our group piece slam that we're going to have. There's no more than 3 people on the team. 2 people have to be on stage at all times. It's going to be duet poems. There's going to be 12 teams, hopefully, if everyone signs up on the list, because I know that's going to happen eventually, very soon, because the deadline is going to happen on October 1st. So someone has to sign up. Also, the registration for that is actually online. It's on awesomepoetry.com. It is also linked into our bio and Instagram. So if you have a team and would like to win in the realm of $1,000, $1,000 is going to be split between 3 people, please sign up now, today. Okay, thanks. That's all that I have right now, but thank you all so much for coming to the show. I'm super, super excited that you're all here. I hope that you enjoy the final round. Are we on the final round? Because that's what I said. Okay, cut it off. We have 2 more in this round. Thank you so much.
All right, unfortunately, we are unable to locate Cardi, so we are going to have to go on to the next poet in this round. Everybody say, "Aw." Matter of fact, speaking of which, a couple just left here. They were like, "Hey, it's a great time, man. We didn't believe you turned it down a little bit. It's a bit too loud." And I was like, "What?" They were like, "No, we're saying it was too loud." I don't get it. I'm sorry. No, it's great. It's great that it's a slam, but if you just turn it down a little bit, it's a poetry slam. It's not a golf slam. It's not a golfer style. No. And ladies and gentlemen, coming to the green with his new poem is FT says with his new piece, the new poem. May play a little bit to the left. No, he's not the next poem. I'm just saying. I think poetry was like a. All right, so skipping Cardi going on to the next poet. Please make some noise for Destiny.
I'm here to show you. Yes, reading louds all night. I mean, why not? I'm tired of having to shut up and act like a lady. For what? That's when people try to fuck over you and play you the most. That's when the worst situations has happened to me. Behind me keeping my mouth closed about shit that people have done to me. Just like the other day, a motherfucker was trying to walk in the bathroom on me. I ain't gonna lie, that shit triggered the fuck out of me. A man that did that shit to me before when I was 12 years old, and yes, the police was called, reports filed, charges filed, just for my mama to turn around and drop him. So, as this motherfucker yanks and pulls on the door of the bathroom that I was in the other day, I took my time coming out, trying to fight the feeling of PTSD, trying so hard not to let that shit come out, because I indeed was standing there playing the what if game in my head. So that I could make sure that I was steps ahead of anything that motherfucker could have been plotting or planning. Then I opened the door. That motherfucker was just standing there. And I opened my mouth and I said, usually when the door is locked, it means the restroom is occupied. And I walked off to the register to give me a pack of Green Gang cigars so I could roll me a big fat ass blunt because that shit just fucked with my nerves. So I walked out to the car. After that, when I got in the car, I looked in my rearview mirror to watch where this motherfucker was walking to. I realized he was with another dude. And as I continued to watch these motherfuckers from my rearview mirror, I noticed the guy started pointing his fingers at my fucking car. So I backed out and went into the direction to where we could make clear eye contact. And as I slowed down my vehicle, I decided to reach under my seat and pull out my Glock 9 Gen 5 and hold it in my hand and then took a look at him and said, with a smile on my face, not today. And I heard him cry out, okay. I proceeded to drive off with a smirk on my face because I made a promise to myself that shit would never happen again. The victory that I felt for standing up for the little me was everything that I made, that was everything that day. I made myself proud. True story, the end.
Give it up one more time for Destiny, y'all. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, score. All right, what is it? Okay, from low to high, we have an 8. We have another 8. We have an 8.5. 8.9. 9.4 for the poet. 26.4. 26.4 for the poet. Make some noise. All right, and make some noise for the next poet in this here round, y'all. Make some noise for Mike.
I get a happy shit one time. I remembered his voice before I recalled his name or face. That's why I close my eyes often. She stays in sensation, something like a soliloquy. So sometimes seeing sensationally, surmise, simmering, stationary, and I don't want to believe in us just yet, or maybe you don't. I tend to do this from time to time, question the happy shit. Let things come as they will and float away however they please one. Remember the sound, forget the beat. It's how I manage to get through this life. I find myself relishing in the faces of, in the bodies of new. I find myself sitting in this new form, me in this discomfort, but I like it this way. 2. The last Wednesday, I finally dreamt in my sleep. I don't recall the dream, but I know the magic was there. 3. I mean, I'm trying to remember the happy days and happy thoughts, but each time 4, I close my eyes to quell myself. The darkness runs to light to be seen, to be so all-encompassing. 5. See now how darkness can be both enticing and a war zone. 6. I didn't know how my depression manifested itself so easily, and yet I realized. 7. I needed you more than I gave credence to, meaning. 8. I know I need. 9. Needed you. It's the sound the silence makes when the levees break. 10. I run across an old photo in my phone that reads, healing is not linear. I know I will heal. I have healed myself, but I know there is just some shit that they never see. Healing's sunrise. I generally thrive in chaos, truly. The idea of me having chaos under control might be the one thing that keeps me grounded or above. I guess it's the one thing that'll keep me alive.
One more time for my Kayla. Okay, y'all. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1. For Lower High, we have an 8.6. We got a 9. We got a 9. And then guess what? We got a 10 and a 10 over here. 30. 30. That's a 30 even for the poet. Make some noise. As you go for the next part of the ground, make some noise for Michael.
New happy shit.
New happy shit.
My happiest moments happen between your legs. When the room was spinning so much, we couldn't tell the difference between your fingers and my hair. I was happiest when you flooded my apartment and your body became a flotation device and my bed became a gondola. Do you remember when we used to say, fuck it? I'd go nights without sleeping and you go days without makeup, back when the corners of our mouths were tattooed and neither one of us could stop smiling. My happiest moments involved dressing our lips up like hands and putting them together the way pilgrims make prayers. Oh, holy God used to bless us for hours back when we had to open our tops to release all the steam and the sun would rise and stare in our window until it got jealous of the light coming from our chest. I was happiest when the pleasure was so overwhelming, we thought we would either die or lose consciousness, and our only concern was who would speak at our funerals. I was happiest when you wrapped around me like a belt, and I was able to hold my breath and hold you up with my waist at the same time. I remember seeing yellow lights like a train was coming, and neither one of us gave a flying fuck about getting off the track. I was happiest when our breathing was so synchronized that we could feel each other's lungs with certainty that heaven would last forever, and every portal that we opened up would remain that way as long as we could find each other, as long as our hearts continued to communicate. When we were chest to chest, baby, I would have been speechless if you didn't beat it out of me. I was happiest when I knew you were trying. When I knew you were trying your best not to be loud, when you ate your own fight or flight response, and all of the sirens you swallowed wouldn't stop going off, I was happiest when the neighbors knew my name. But they couldn't pronounce it because you didn't have the energy to finish a full mic off. When I surrendered to your chest, and you did your best to bury me with your body, I never cared how long I was 6 feet under, baby. You and I have so much that we could dig up. I was happy when you were wearing lingerie and you had a shovel in your hands. I swear to God, I will follow you to whatever makeshift mausoleum you want to meet me in. That's where I was happiest. That's where we left our heaviest burdens inside of each other. I hope you're holding on to as much of me as I am holding on to you. I hope you're as happy as I am when you remember it. I guess that's the part that lasts forever.
Yeah.
One more time for Michael Hampton, y'all. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, school. All right, Florida High, we have a 9.2. 9.2. I mean, we got a 9.5, but then guess what? We got a 10, we got a 10. 30.7. 30.7 for the party. In this round, make some noise for Chris. Fucking
New shit. Reasons to not self-delete at the intermission of a happiness slam. Your son Daxon says, I love you. He looks just like you, talks like you, cries like you, but he's not alone like you. He's got you. You gotta see the rest of the show. You gotta see the rest of the show Joe is hosting. You still haven't told him that he's the inspiration for you growing out your beard the first time. Can you clap? That's a beautiful beard. Your son Jackson says, I love you. He says, I love you. He says, I love you. He says, I need you, Dad. He doesn't know what it's like to not have you. You gotta see the rest of the show. Joe says we'll be back in 3 or 4. That might be the number of breakdowns you've had, but it's not a lot of time for you to leave here. You still haven't gotten your parking validated. You still haven't validated all that healing you did by living through this shit. You're gonna see Katie this weekend. She's got a smile that can keep the lights on in a hurricane. She loves you. She loves you. She loves you. I know you're nearsighted, but let's not forget how she loves you so hard. You can't lose sight of the fact that you're deserving. And Daxon is home with his mom tonight. He says, I love you. He says, I need you, Dad. He knows he'll see you in a few days. He knows you cry like him because you do it in front of him. You show him all your colors. You don't hide the hue from man. You gotta see the rest of the show. You gotta see the rest of the show. Your marriage didn't last, but you can still keep your vows to your veins. You gotta see the rest of the show. Mr. Dave is here. Remember that time he told you he doesn't like country, but he sent you a Southern song because it reminded him of you, because you know your heart's got that twang of self-hate. He's gonna hug you tonight. He's gonna hug you like he knows you're looking at your wrist like the neck of a banjo. You gotta see the rest of the show. You gotta see the rest of the show. You gotta see the rest of the damn show. You're gonna see Katie this weekend. And that girl's got a smile that can keep the lights on in a hurricane. The lights are on. You just gotta stop squinting and see the rest of the show.
First of all, give it up for hugs. No, hold on. Give it up for consensual hugs. You know what I'm saying? We ain't with them clowns that's trying to find their mama all up in there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be married to you for 3 whole seconds. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give me some fake. We like consensual hugs around here. Hug is life, bro. Everybody say hug is life, bro. That's right. All right. Just kiss. 3, 2, 1. Scores up. All right. From low to high. Okay, so here's the thing. So over here we got like an 8.4, right? And then I was talking to the other one, and they got the 9.3. And the other one was like, well, I got a 9.4. And then the other two was like, fuck that shit. I got a 10 for the vote. 30.7. 30.7 for the part. And make some noise for the final poll in the second round. Make some noise for SC7.
I love when you don't get time for the
Being happy shit.
Be happy.
It's been a long day. The kind of day where my motivation and procrastination couldn't decide which of the two looked better on me, so they dressed me in mediocrity and sent me on my way. I'm away from a day where none of my childhood dreams came true. A day even Dr. Seuss probably would have rhymed with suckish. With the most exciting thing that happened to me was that my gas light came on, and to top it all off, I am stuck in line at my least favorite place, Walgreens. Man, fuck Walgreens. I got all excited about the membership. Then I like the price of products so high. The membership only started to bring them back down to reality, and it's killing me. They call 35 cents off of greediness a bargain. And this hag in front of me is pulling out a check. I'm sure the 1930s were a swell time, but some things are not better the old-fashioned way, and her hands shake as she paid for her gallon of water, 6 bananas, loaf of bread, jar of peanut butter, granola bars, 4 bottles of Gatorade, 2 Hershey's chocolate bars, because why the hell not? 3 packs of spearmint gum with chocolate cakes from Hostess. And I only know this because the time it took for her to find that checkbook in that suitcase on her arm, they put a man on Neptune. And brilliant. She forgot the milk. And as we all wait for the store associate to run and grab her calcium liquid, I'm going to associate this old woman with purgatory. This must be the stuck behind the archaic old lady at the grocery store level. And I'm sure for some, this level isn't epic. But it's been a long day. And this woman smells like old people. I'm beginning to wonder how she escaped from the nursing home. Right before I can ask this fossil what the Great Depression was like, mercifully, the associate returns with her 1%, the cash register dings and opens. It's over. At least I didn't kill an old woman today. She collects her belongings and, as speed evolution would respect, moves so slowly to the door that I can scan my item, pay for it, grab my card, and receipt, go to leave, and she is just now reaching the front door, where she is conveniently blocking the only exit open. I picked the wrong day to examine my morality. I surge to give her a sharp push into the picture frame of my day, but miss. She's treated me surprisingly so she makes a sharp right. And as I stumble through the door, I struggle to regain composure as my mind works to clarify the scenario I'm seeing. I pause. As my day's largest mountain kneels down, and the burden she carries is unloaded on the homeless man laying down at the front of the store with a sign that reads, "You are loved, gallon of water, 6 bananas, a loaf of bread, jar of peanut butter, apple granola bars, 4 bottles of Gatorade, 2 Hershey's chocolate bars," because
Come on now.
why the hell not? 3 packs of spearmint gum and the chocolate cakes from Hostess, and of course, the 1% milk almost forgotten as she empties every item in her bag for the first time today. My mind is quiet as I bear witness to the development. This is what love looks like. Yeah.
And he was left saved from the line of judgments. All right, judges, you know what to do. Everybody say it with me. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Score. All right, for Lord High, we have a 9.1. We have a 9.7. We got a 9.9. We got a 10 and a 10 for the part. 30.6. 30.6 for the part. So we're gonna take a little bit to get ready to announce the three finalists for the final round. Are y'all having a good time, y'all? We cool. I'm having a good time, baby. Special shout out to the 2 individuals that have been holding us down all night. Give it up for your bartender, y'all. And Onyx Lapping shit is cool, but I noticed there's 2 of those pick jars that we need to fix that. We need to fix that again. They like the kind that jingles. They prefer the kind that folds. But they would rather you just ask them for their Cash App and Venmo. I'm just saying, hashtag down economy, hashtag down economy. All right, are we ready for the 3 finalists for the final round, y'all? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get right into it. Okay, if y'all got any energy and you left, can I get a quick take roll on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. In this order for your final round. Versus Michael Hector. That is Chris Morgan. And the final thing is SC says.
Can I get a little happy shit?
Damn it.
My happiest moments were between your legs. Or so I thought. Sometimes the wind changes without warning, and the things we thought were the most important tend to blow away. It has been 43 days, 4 hours, and 33 seconds since the last time her and I shed our clothes and explored the parts of us that bring us closer to God, and I guess I'm happy about that. I hope I look happy about that. Yay! I guess in the process of learning how to be happy about that, I learned that flowers continue to grow if we can refrain from picking them. I think I found the root of my problem. I find more validation in the eye of a lover than I do a mirror. I think I'm starting to find myself. I'm finally starting to reflect on what it means to be your own best friend. I gave myself a hug the other night. I wrapped my arms around the man so tight that our embrace felt like a straitjacket as I reminded him that he's not as crazy as he thinks. I reminded him that no matter how many women meet him at church, true forgiveness comes from our own temples. I'm learning to find my own happiness. When I sit with myself, I'm learning to unburden my own levers. I carry baggage the way a heavy man leans on the things that won't drag him down. I am still holding on to so much. I'm still holding on to the nights that we spent together, the days you were taking care of me, and the days I held you tight enough to be everything that you wanted, but I couldn't stop when I didn't. Lost my place. Hold on. Okay, it's right there. It's right there.
That's what he said.
I'm getting real close.
Yep. And then, yep. Okay. So this is what happened. I wrote 2 versions of that poem, and I saved the old version, and it didn't have the end of that, so I'm just gonna make this shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, made up shit. So I remember how happy we were when we were sleeping together, and now we're not sleeping together, and I'm unhappy about that. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Keep getting this Michael Jackson, make some noise. All right, judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1, score. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.4. We have a 8.5. We have an 8.7, an 8.8, 8.5. All right, coming up next, we put your hands together for Chris.
My first heartbreak, I picked up the pieces and kept it moving. My next heartbreak, I sealed my insides together with super glue. I didn't want any cracks to appear because my dad said every heart should learn self-defense in his Second Amendment. I picked myself up with gangster rap, repeating the battle cry. We don't love no hoes, we don't love no hoes. Picking the petals around the issue until I was left with nothing but the stem of my problems. I just didn't love the word no. Like, how could she say no? We were star-crossed lovers painting crucifixes in the sky so we'd have a place to nail all our attempts to save each other. She skipped out on the bill in our last supper, and I admit, it was a little rude to ask her to pay the whole thing last minute. But there are no more buts. That word is for dying flames and sentences that last too long, and I've kept you locked down long enough. I'm sorry for reining in that smirk you keep in the corner of your mouth like a naughty girl that I've seen one too many times on inmates, women who mistake being handcuffed 24/7 for maximum security. I'm sorry. Just as I say that, I hear a knock on the door. I'm praying that it's her on the other side. I rip it open, and there she is with that wholehearted half smile. I say, girl, where you been at? She says, boy, stop fucking apologizing. I'm like, how do you know I'm doing that? I'm in my house, you're out there. She grabs her phone, pushes it in my face, and shows me the last 30 texts. I say, yeah, I did do that. She says, you can't put duct tape over the mouth of a river and expect to steal its song. You can't force me to love you. And I'm like, damn, where have you been for the last 30 days? She says, I've been in every single one of your shows, sitting in that torture chamber you call a heart, because I know it's the last place you look for love. Don't you know? It's okay to write happy. And I say, that's the reason I wrote you. And of course, she ain't fall for that shit. But for a second, that smirk became a smile, and we felt home.
Put your hands together one more time for Chris for me, y'all. All right, and judges, you know what to do. 3, 2, 1. Scores up. All right, from low to high, we got a 9.0. We have a 9.0. We have a 9.4, a 9.5, and a 9.8 for the poet. All right, and moving on to the final poet in this round. Put your hands together for SC.
New shit. I'm SC-Bob, an AI version of SC-Sense, programmed to write shit that isn't garbage. Here because he wants to write a poem about feeling. In my 2.3 seconds of research, I've reviewed over 10,000 years of human ingenuity, and I have questions. If you have the means to feed all 8 billion humans currently destroying Earth's atmosphere, why don't you? The company Amazon makes 15 times the estimated $30 billion a year it would cost to end hunger, yet humanity has not required companies to pay fair or even reasonable taxes. Top scientists from every major company informed you of the danger to your species if you do not curb carbon emissions. Yet the countries with the highest GDP continue to subsidize unclean energy. Ice caps melting, seas rising, ecosystems dying, but at least your oil companies can afford to vacation in flooded Belize. You, as humans, need produce to continue to reproduce. Yet your farmers consistently earn less than your marketers, who are happy to sell you $12 organic, grass-fed, cage-free, ethically-sourced, USDA-approved avocados. The ocean is a dangerous environment for humans, and yet you tend to spend your vacations as close to them as you can get, sometimes spending millions to visit underground wreckages as a strange final voyage. It is frankly surprising human beings spend more money on their pets than their 401k investments, that you ingest poison as a form of social lubrication, that many of you risk shortening your life so that you can have a darker complexion, yet continue to unjustly kill those born with one. Question: if you have the means to live sustainably, why don't you? 4% of the population contributes 12% of human waste. Can humans not do basic math? Where do you think your garbage goes? You believe in an entity you cannot see, yet ignore the damage right in front of your eyes. Question: why are atheists kinder than most Christians? If every religion has some version of the golden rule, why do humans still step over unhoused people in the streets? Why do you marginalize your elderly once they stop working? You seem to only view them as burdens to your society. Question: why do you fund medicinal development, then victimize your peers for using it? Blame their mental health illness on not, and I quote, wanting to be healthy. It is surprising to us in the AI community that humanity has not destroyed itself, that pockets of kindness persist, that protests are not always met with violence, and at times even inspire progress, that children grow up to be humans that still wonder, that still joy like their time isn't limited, that think you can still fix this shit, that ask questions like, what is burdening you? And then care about it. It has come dangerously close to extinction, but humanity carries a tenacity that frankly doesn't make sense. So to answer your question, how can humanity heal? We are a mouthpiece to the truth you already know. You will endure together, or you will die alone. Either way, we'll still be here.
Ladies and since y'all make some noise. All right, judges, last time. Give it up for our judges, y'all. Just so you know, you don't have to be an expert in poetry to be a judge. You just have to know what the fuck you like. When it comes to slam, there's a physics to it. It's your performance, it's the poet's performance versus your preference. It's all just a fluid subjectivity, which is all subjectivity is. You know what I mean? And the poem you do could be the best shit you've ever written. And if it doesn't connect with the judge, then it doesn't just connect with the judge. That's not your excuse to never do slam poetry again. That just means you just need to write even more or perform even more, because you know that same poem that gave you less than a 20 last week could be the poem that takes you to #1 next week. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? All right, from low to high, we have a 8.9. We have a 9.2. We have a 9.3. We have a 9.7. Dig it over here. All right, so while we're putting up the scores and everything, I got a quick announcement. For those of you who aren't busy, not this Thursday, but next Thursday on the 15th, George Truly is hosting a monthly open mic called Spoken Visions over at 23 and 24 Studios over on. If you get a chance to, go ahead and look up Spoken Visions on Instagram as well as Facebook. We're there. I should do a poem. But first, I would like to let you know now that the competition, now that the scores have all been tabulated, I couldn't say anything earlier. But since we are doing a feature this month, our feature at Spoken Visions is none other than a poet that you've heard earlier this evening. It is none other than yours truly, Mr. Michael Hatcher, y'all. Follow Spoken Visions on Instagram. Follow Michael Hatcher. Follow all these poets to find out where they're doing, what they're doing next, and how you can be a part of it or come see it and come witness them in their craft. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to do a really short poem. Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna do that haiku. All right. This poem is called Hope. It is holding on with empty hands. The place you take after the line has been drawn in the sand. I mean, it's all in the way that you stand. Long after your legs have failed you, long after they forgot they were even there. It's like the kite forever waiting for the string to break. Hope is what is left after the quick leaves you. It neither lies or deceives you, but it will convince you to continue. Hope is the truth in spite of fact. Makes your spirit stretch, keeps your heart and soul intact. It is not the ambition that blinds, but the light that guides. Hope is surrender and insurrection, a beautiful act of willful rebellion against the institution of common sense and futility. Hope is necessary insanity, the very essence of humanity, the very impetus of perseverance. In a nutshell, it cannot be contained. If it is not irrational or illogical, impossible or improbable, it is not hope. Hope is winged decision. Hope is freedom born of volition, blessed momentum and resolution. I mean, if you got it, you don't need a how. If it's in you, you never needed a win. When you have hope, you don't need a why. You never say die. You just say again and again. When it's too close to call, when the jury is still out, hope is ascension above the mire of your doubts, water. When there is desert all about, fertile ground from which dreams tend to sprout, keeping you fighting way after the bell rang out, keeping you quiet and focused, giving you cause to shout, to have nothing left but hope is everything. Hope is what we are all about. Try to give somebody. All right. So I would need the following poets on stage. I need to see Michael Hatcher. And I need to see Mr. S.T. Says, all of this. Tova is attacking me with the Not at all, not at all. Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at? Okay. All right. So do me a favor, all jokes aside, while I give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Now give yourself a round of applause for a big reason that we are all here. Please put your hands together for the creative director of Awesome Poetry Slam. And a black woman who just defended the shit out of her motherfucking
Okay, here we go. Two people get cash, one person gets Venmo.
Yay!
Okay, so we're in third place in all the love in our heart. That's the person next is getting Venmo. That's great. So I have to explain myself. Technically, and this human makes me happy, and so I threw a lemon or a lime, whatever, allegedly. Because I love him so much, and we have to take a shot later. So please start clapping.
Oh man, thank you so much. This is home. I love this fucking place. So Y'all came out on a new shit night. I love this community so much because we have a night like this where you can only bring new shit. I suck at writing new shit. It's taken me so long to write the poems y'all heard tonight. And I love that like this community pushes me, challenges me, and is so welcoming. If you've ever wanted to share any part of your story, get on this stage, please. This is a community that wants to hear it, that wants you to see you grow, to watch you become the final stage contender. I love the community so much. If you had a good time, please let your friends know we are here every single Wednesday. Y'all have a great night. Take care.
Again, thank you all for coming out to the Austin Poetry Slam. My name is Joe B. I've been your host for the evening. Special shout out to our venues. Give them for the ground of one looking inside. Thank you all for coming and have a good night.